Welcome back everyone to Swordhaven Iron Conspiracy with FriskyDingo Tactics. This is episode 33. And we just reached Smelter's Row in the last episode, so let's jump back in and see what the adventure brings. Okay, so if you remember from the last episode, we had just solve the problem of this lad Gondor who thought that he murdered someone. I take it this is the fighting pits. Okay. Let's speak to... oh, let's collect this dragon leaf first, and then let's speak to this woman. Pondering woman. This woman's posture projects authority, yet judging by her wandering gaze, she's deeply preoccupied. Can I help you? I'm here on business, not to waste time on idle chatter. Is something bothering you? I don't know how it's any of your business, but I am a bit perturbed. She appraises you with a calculating gaze. And maybe if you ain't too busy, you might be able to help me. Help you how exactly? I need a fella to talk some sense into my younger brother. Okay, speak your mind. Thank you. She fails to mask her relief. It's my younger brother, Iger. He's been acting real strange lately. Iger's working as a smelter here, and I rode out to see him a few days back. But when I got close, he pretended like he didn't even recognize me. Cross your arms and keep listening. She sighs. Last time we saw each other, we had a bit of a sibling quarrel, and I reckon he took it hard. What was it about? You see, our father figured out early that I was one for the reading and running things, like our family horse ranch. That's why, on his deathbed, he left me in charge. My brother, on the other hand, well, he got himself one dray horse, a pouch of gold, and father's silver chain. That's it. Keep listening. Needless to say, Iger was plenty miffed, and after shouting back and forth, he told my husband and me that he would, and I quote, make his own fortune and show us all. Then he rushed off to find work in the big city, she shrugs. But the only job he ever landed was right here at the smelter. I get it, his pride's taken a beating and now he's avoiding me, but maybe he'd open up to a friendly stranger. We could really use his help on the farm, and it don't look like he's exactly thriving here. And if he doesn't respond to friendly advice, perhaps a nobleman's word will set him back on the right path. Thank you kindly. Tell Iger his sister Sarah, she pauses. Actually, don't tell him I sent you. I don't want to spook him off. Where is he again? He's probably at one of the barracks where the local metal workers bunk down. The one right across from the swill dispensary, or pub as they like to call it. Alright, let's go see Iger. Let's go have a look behind here first. There could be a chest or something. Pewter spoon, don't mind if I do. No, this might be him here. Worker. This quiet, skittish young man does his best to make himself invisible. Seeing you're not in any hurry to leave, he finally mutters, "What are you staring at me for?" I can't help but notice you seem a little uneasy. Shucks, it's just that I don't usually attract much attention round here. Got no chums, don't owe anyone money, yet, he winces, so yeah. You've got money problems? No. He looks all around, not at you, not yet. Make a thoughtful sound and nod. Don't listen to me, he barks out a nervous laugh. That's what I do, always getting on people's nerves with my problems and whatnot. Say, your name wouldn't happen to be Igo, would it? So what if it is? The lad's whole frame tenses as he throws you an anxious glance. I ain't done nothing. Oh, but you did, ignoring your own flesh and blood like that. Come on, he groans. I knew she'd send someone after me. Look, last time we spoke, Let him finish. I spoke many spiteful words, he bites his lower lip, promised to buy the farm back with my own money, turn all the horses into Hegrian sausage, and now I barely have enough coin to feed myself. Better Sarah thinks her bashful brother's gone off somewhere, and I'm just a stranger who really strongly resembles him. Unless one of her horses kicks her in the head, she'll never fall for that. Alright, fine. What am I supposed to do? Go tell her what a failure I am, that my promises were nothing but empty boasting, that I've sullied our father's honor, among other things. No, not necessarily, no. But what else can I say? He grinds his knuckles against his forehead. First I lost father's favourite steed, and then, he clenches his fists, then his prized gold chain. The shame alone would kill me on the spot. Well then, I had to sell the horse because I couldn't make enough coin to keep it fed, and on the road home, a bunch of brigands ambushed me. They took my money and the chain. Now do you understand why I doesn't show my face? I lost everything, even my father's chain for dragon's sake. He clutches his brow. Those highwaymen probably still have it, but there's no way I can get it back. I could help you deal with those thugs. Why? He bites his lip and turns away. There's nothing in it for you. He turns to face you again. Well, except for some coin I've been starving myself to save. I can't stand idly by and watch a family crumble. Really? You'd actually do this for me? His lower lip begins to tremble. People call their leader Cordula the Spider. That's all I know. He shakes his head in disbelief. It'd be a miracle if you'd actually stumble upon his gang, but I'll be praying that you do. Nod and take your leave. He lowers his gaze as if afraid to meet your eyes. Didn't get to ask him. He clearly mustn't know. I have a few questions about the area, if you don't mind. Other than my own work, I don't know anything about the row. Better try your luck with someone else. Okay? Okay. Let's have a wee look. First of all, let's check out. Good way off. Kedareen is the next one. But then, done. What do we go? Grainhold, Lonely Cabin, The Old Man and the Turtle, yes, Smelter's Row, The Hypothesis of the Bloody Knife, that was Lang. What in Grainhold? Debt collecting. Yeah, okay. Okay, so Smelter's Row, return to duty. I should let the foreman know. Okay, so I can do that. The fencing manual. Sumbar, a merchant who can be found in the Swordhaven outskirts. Sumbar, I need to speak to. Okay. Langunder, worker, Apsis, Apirin, Sarah, preacher, worker, Sakana, Smelter's Row? Okay, so maybe there's more to Smelter's Row. Possibly. Alright, let's go see the foreman first of all. This way. There is the foreman. The foreman furrows his brow. The Gondor situation has been resolved. I heard as much. Don't know what you did, but cheers all the same. How's 30 dinars sound for your help? Money is money, thanks. You take the gold. What else can you tell me about this place? On Smelters Row, we work just about any kind of ore into ingots. That's including bolter, which is the mainstay of the Nova Draconian economy. That's all you're getting from me. Okay. Right. So, let's go this way. And see if there's another area to Smelters Row. Swordhaven Outskirts. Okay.
Fine, I'll do it.
Merchant. The metal worker mops the sweat from his brow. Can't talk right now, mate. Those slave drivers only pay us for the work that gets done, and I'm broke.
I've spotted something.
Whispering stump. I stumbled upon someone's stash.
Forget about it.
Okay, so let's have a look down here. Let's get the edges of the
I
map.
spotted something.
Ooh. Mousetrap. Disarmed. 3 XP is 3 XP. Okay.
I found something.
Death Cloud Potion. That seems pretty cool.
Gonna see what's out there.
Okay, merchants. Let's go sup from the well. Okay, before you stands the village well. Its old cobblestone foundation is cloaked in moss, its wooden frame dark and beaded with moisture. Spit in it. Spitting a perfectly functional well is considered an act of heinous roguery at best, a reason for death, for stoning at worst. Are you sure you want to go ahead? No. Throw a coin into it. A coin thrown into a well is said to bring good luck. Are you sure you want to go ahead? Yes. You can barely make out the splash of the coin hitting the water, yet you feel this tiny donation has been recorded somehow by a force both ineffable and unknowable. Drink from the well. The water doesn't have any aftertaste and seems clean enough. As a matter of fact, you feel positively refreshed. No time to prance around the watering hole. Duty calls. Nice one. Okay. Let's start with the man. Rotlaust the merchant. The red-headed merchant turns all smiles when he spots you approaching his stall. Welcome to Rotlaust's Trade Goods Emporium. Here you'll find everything an honest tradesman needs. Rest assured, everything on offer is strictly legal. And what's considered illegal in these parts? Lots of stuff. That's what makes us a civilized society, you know. He counts on his finger stolen property, magical artifacts, certain herbs and potions, etc. It's odd that you specifically mention your goods are all legal. I don't see what's so odd about it. They are legal. Come now, friend. You can confide in me. Fine, he moves closer and lowers his voice. People have at times said that I deal in, how should I put this, legally questionable merchandise. Oh sure, I'm fine with that. I see, he looks you over. Tell you what, if for some unexplained reason you ever find yourself in possession of stolen goods or other contraband, I might be able to shift it for you. Cool, for the right price. Gotcha, step closer. Show me what you've got. Why don't you take a look at some of my merchandise and we'll see what kind of deal we can make. Okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. 1,730 though. That's quite dear. Let's keep that. Let's see. Ancient coin, I'll keep that. Okay. I want to ask you a few things about the city. Ah, curiosity, the Wheel of Progress. Unfortunately, I haven't time to grease it today. Too many of my fine wares are waiting to be sold. And this month's cult tithe hasn't been paid. And then there's the guild fees. Say, why don't we help each other? You get some valuable trade goods and in return I'll earn a few dinars from your business. Oh, it's just the same merchandise, yeah. Dude coming in. Okay.
I'm on it.
Let's go. Merchant. Sumbar the Merchant. An older man with an athletic build is smoking a pipe outside his stall. He has all kinds of gear, from sword guards and hilts to crossbow stocks and ornamental scabbards. Named Sumbar. If you're interested in enhancements for weapons and other gear, you're in the right place. Do you recognize the name Tomer? He sent me to retrieve his book, the Cyclopedia of Fencing. Oh yeah, he doesn't seem surprised. How's the old bastard doing? He's doing well. Good to hear, he crosses his arms. But I'm afraid I have to disappoint him. I loaned his book to a buddy of mine, and he skipped town some time ago. Wait to see what he says next. Tomer gave me the book with two conditions, that I don't sell it and that I don't lend it to someone I didn't trust. I've honoured both of those promises. I know where this fellow lives if you want to talk to him. It's a long journey, but you look like the wandering type. What can you tell me about him? He has a spotty past, but when I last saw him, I was certain he changed his ways. Fine, where is he? The man's name is Bunza. He can be found in a secluded valley far to the southwest. Sumbar shows you the location on your map. But don't tell anyone what I told you. Certain miscreants might be interested in his whereabouts. Okay, got it. Quite the collection you have. You like it? It's something I picked up during my youth. He allows himself a modest smile. I used to be quite a swashbuckler back in the day, you know. Good to know I'm dealing with a professional. He nods. I know what I'm selling because I've used all this kit myself, and before you ask, no, I don't want to reminisce about the good old days. I prefer to leave the past in the past. But I wanted to ask you about the city. I'm here to work, not chat about Swordhaven. Better ask someone else. Right, what have you got for sale? A bit of this and a bit of that. Okay. What have we got here? A cavalry helm. That is infinitely better. Weighted axe wedge, a hollow pommel, sharpened axe wedge. Okay, yeah. Yeah, some of these fine leather grip. Fencing guard. Okay. Protective guard. Tiny guard. Okay. Alright. I could buy myself a helmet. I'll have a look around. Okay. Take your leave. The merchant makes a leisurely puff on his pipe, takes a leisurely puff on his pipe, and quietly observes the passers-by.
Nice.
Okay, Samba the merchant. So then we've got the herbalist. This old woman is grinding something in a bronze mortar. The cloud of fine powder rising from the bowl suggests she's either very thorough or has long forgotten what she's doing and why. Well, don't just stand there, sonny boy. I sell the finest brews and cures for all sorts of ailments. You seem to have everything on this little market. That we do. 'Tis the merchants that be the problem. Meaning? Meaning exactly what I said. Take the grocer. She sells spoiled food and her sausages are made of rats. The weapon merchant, a former brigand he is, and the tailor, fair, he prefers the company of men to women, if you catch me drift. The tools peddler is a fence, and don't get me started on the salt trader, dearie. By the gods below, the man's got Muir Ormian blood in him. I'm the gall of it. Digeretsi moi, what's the wrong with being Muir Ormian? Says Fiona. Need I explain? Methinks it's as plain as the sun in the sky. They sound like a colourful bunch. Aye, and this wee coven of good goof-offs will be the finest company I could ever wish for. She casts an irate glance at the salt merchant. Except for that ragabrash, may Mother Zemya bring forth a drought to wither his crops. I wanted to ask you about the city. There's not much to say. Back in the day, 'twas a good fey-fearing town, but now, just look around yourself. You do? No longer taint. She sucks hard on her upper lip. 'Tis the dragons, I mean. 'Tis Cert's playground, that's what it is. Right, and what is your name, madam? I'd tell you, but me nan once told a stranger her name, and do you know what happened to her? He stole her soul right out of her breast, he did. What have you got for sale? Just what you see here. Okay, yeah, usual herbalist stuff. I've still got Specatea seeds. Nod and take your leave. Okay. The salt merchant. Salt merchant. This hunchbacked little man in wood-ringed spectacles is busy weighing bags of salt. As you approach, he looks up with a myopic squint. I'm going to tell you this up front. I only sell salt, okay? Okay, I happen to be in the market for salt. There are so many flavors in the world, yet you, sir, wisely choose salt. Where do you get your one and only ware? Why do you want to know? He shrinks back. You need to be a member of the Salt Merchant Guild if you want to get into the business. Tame your temper. I was just asking. Oh, right, of course. The merchant is chagrined at his snappy reply. Ahem. I get most of my inventory from the coast. Mistvale bogs specifically. Open pan salt collectors do the groundwork. But the most chic, he clicks his tongue with a satisfying pop, pink salt can only be found in the ponds of Hydrake. Costs a small fortune too, since it's imported. It's just a glimpse into the local economy, but even that may reveal something of use. Oh, I've gained 2 points in haggling. Nice one. Quite the business you're running here. Buy yourself a bag. Salt is where the flavour is. As you know, he releases a slow and apologetic sigh. Unfortunately, I'm on a restricted diet. Kidney stones, dragon save me. I wanted to ask about the city first. Well, if it's still the workday and I have quite a few bushels of salt to weigh and catalogue, so his attention drifts back to the piles of salt at his stall. Understandable. What should I call you? Why, a salt merchant, of course. Shrug and take your leave. Okay. The food merchant. Cloth merchant. With a flourish, the merchant gestures to his wares. Hats, boots, cloaks for the road, and fabrics ranging from hemp and wool to spider silk and cotton. Don't pass by, sir. Be you brave knight or man of the cloth, daring adventurer or dastardly rogue. Fashion is for everyone. Are you selling anything else? I used to deal in coloured feathers a few years back, mostly chicken plumes I dyed red, but also snapper and peacock feathers. Believe it or not, the chicken ones were the most popular. He chuckles. Half the city was wearing them, claiming to have slain some fearsome beast. Doomwing, I think it was called, or Doomfeather. Anyway, it was a silly short-lived fad. He gives you a critical once-over. The new vogue requires a slurium hat paired with short suspenders and a lace collar. A look to die for. Can I ask you a few questions about the city now? Oh, I'd love to gab about the latest scandals and hearsay. He gives a sad groan, but alas, I'm busy with work right now. Ho-hum, I know. Come on, at least introduce yourself. My name is De Kelly, he bows deeply, your humble servant and provider of however many ells of cloth you desire. Cloth and hats and boots and cloaks, etc. Right, what have you got for sale, De Kellys? Let's see if I can find an outfit that suits you. Okay. Various wee hats and that. A fancy dress. Barbarian cap. Okay. The selection is rather sparse, I admit. What with all the piracy in the Gulf of Swordhaven, materials in short supply. Understandable. Take my leave. Go see this man. The blind shoe shiner. As you approach the sitting slurium, he raises his head, and his cataract-ridden eyes instinctively search for your face. Despite his utter blindness, the man's rough hands clench a well-oiled rag. These are some nasty boots you have, my lord. Dinar for a quick shine? Aren't you blind? How do you know my boots need a shine? You smell different. Not a local, just arrived. Many dust storms on the road. I don't need to know the state of those puppies. He gestures vaguely at feet. Dinar for a shine. 1 dinar it is. Shine away. When the coin is settled in the dust at his feet, the blind man gestures for you to place one foot on a low wooden stool. Then the cleaning process commences. Watch him work. As the well-oiled cloth glides across the boot leather, the shoe shiner fills the silence with a little ditty. When the sister stars shine darkly, oh what a sight. We plant flowers at your feet in sacred rite. Red, blue, yellow, white, so the sea won't show us his might. A peculiar song, my fellow. I haven't heard that one before. I overheard some refugees singing it long ago. They came from a village swallowed by the sea, he smiles. It was sung by a woman who had been kind to me. I see. The work continues for a few more minutes, and peering at your reflection in the instep of your boot, you conclude that the shoe shiner is very skilled at his craft. There you go. Can I ask a couple of questions now? Talk is cheap, in fact. It's worthless, just like these boots will be if you don't keep them clean. Noted, and your name is? Sibodrain, but you can call me Sibo. I have no problem calling you by your real name. I appreciate that, my lord. Take care, Sibodrain. The blind shoe shiner turns his head from left to right, listening to the sound of the street around him. From here you can travel to the other boroughs. Travel to Smelter's Road walkway. Cool. Let's talk to this guard. Sleeping. Food merchant. The woman is busy arranging and rearranging her foodstuffs and swatting the flies from many different cheeses and meats laid out on the wooden counter. Hot pies, goose and suckling pig, come dine. Do you have any specific recommendations for me to try? Since you're light on your feet, you ought to taste my dried beef, portable soup, and parched corn, the traveller's best friends. But if you're more interested in something gourmet, rather than stocking up for an expedition, I counsel you to partake of sausage, blood sausage, horse sausage, garlic sausage, with a touch of thyme and a dash of nutmeg. Ahem, she blusters. Sorry, I've been thinking a lot about sausages lately. Raise one brow and lean in close. See, I was contacted by a wealthy patrician who desired sausages crafted from game. He promised good coin for it too, yet alas the problem is, neither I nor any of my kin have a permit to hunt. She sighs. Most of my hunter friends have been sent to scout the mountains and northern reaches with all the whisper about unruly barons and barbarian hordes. The look she bestows upon you is cautious but hopeful. I see. What do you say, if you laid me in getting some game, I'll pay well above the market rate? Hunting is the noblest of sports. How much meat do you require? Alright, is it poaching? But isn't poaching a crime? Yes, sometimes. In certain situations, for example, when no one sees you do it, it might not be. And if you're not entirely certain, and there are no authorities nearby to guide you, what else can you do but follow your heart? Hunting is the noblest of sports. How much meat do you require? Thank you, my lord. I don't need much. Say 30 pieces of prime cut. That should do the trick. Kadarian uncharacteristically chimes in. A hunting contract is easy work. I took on many such jobs when I was running solo. Alright. As luck would have it, I happen to have 30 pieces of game meat with me. The best cuts, in fact. Splendid. Show me the goods. Here you go. Fine cuts indeed, thank you, and as promised, here's your pay. 430 dinars, a copious sum that you'd never get trading with the common throng. Wow. That works for me. Nice doing business with you, she curtsies. My client will be most pleased. Can I ask you about the city now? Don't mean to offend, my lord, but you reckon the bazaar is the best place to inquire about fair Swordhaven. Why don't you ask Kaus the innkeeper instead? And what should I call you, my good woman? Dessa, my lord. Dessa the food merchant. Good to know. We'll see you later. May your path be lined with gold and your heart filled with joy. Well, that was simple.
I'll do it.
Let's have a look here. Okay, so it's only about, not even a third of the map. Wealthy man. The man before you is richly dressed and has perfect posture. He exudes an air of authority, but over what exactly? That is something you don't know yet. Not yet, at least. I present a formal bow. I merely wish to greet a fellow gentleman. Fellow gentleman, eh? Yes, I am Sir FriskyDingo of Amberdale, a nobleman touring the distant reaches of the Empire. Right, he looks you over. I'm Captain Wykin to the Patrician Guard. This had better be important, FriskyDingo of Amberdale, for I'm a very busy man. Aha. I helped Lieutenant Zelka break up a smuggling ring outside the village of Grainhold. He referred me to you. Zelka, he thinks. Ah, yes, a fine lad. I assume he's still tirelessly patrolling the north side of the Tomsa. Oh, verily. He's as diligent as a watchdog. And I also believe you mentioned something about a smuggling ring. He ponders for a minute before giving you a hearty clap on the shoulder. Very well. If Lieutenant Zelka is willing to vouchsafe you, I believe I can find you a paying task. Interested? I am, Captain. Capital. We're a bit understaffed at the moment, so new sword arms are welcome. Here's the gist of it. Smugglers are a nuisance to the city's finances. Moreover, they move contraband, like magical artifacts in violation of Imperial law. Since you already have a bit of experience with their ilk, perhaps you can assist me. I need you to speak with our informant in Smelter's Row. He'll give you the details about an upcoming criminal transaction, an important one. It's happening soon, I believe, so best hop to it. Why are you sending me? We're short on men, as I mentioned before, and I can't go myself. Every cutthroat and crook in the place would recognize me. Alright, continue. Our contact is the tap keeper at the nearby labourer's pub. Speak the secret code Porklad, then he'll know you're working for me. Porklad, got it. I'll be back soon. Find out as much you can and be careful.
Okay.
Okay. Older gentleman. A neatly groomed older gentleman raises his eyes to meet yours, and a flame of hope instantly ignites there. Hello, you look like a somewhat seasoned adventurer. Would you be interested in hearing a proposal? Quite a lucrative one, if I may say so. Gesture for him to continue. Allow me to explain. I serve the noble Lady Corinne, who sailed here from the Empire some months back. The lady is an explorer, an archaeologist in fact, he adds quietly, a young daredevil to tell the truth. At the lady's direction, her party travelled west, hiring help on the way. Their goal was ancient ruins at the foot of a dormant volcano. His face scrunches up as if he'd just been into a lemon. And well, I haven't received a single sign or message from them since. Oh my, that's very concerning. It is, he nods morosely. Problem is that nobody, and I say this without any exaggeration, is willing to go search for her. He rolls his eyes. Supposedly, because these ruins she was searching for are cursed. Frankly, now I'm even worried that you might refuse. What's this about a curse? As far as I understand it, the native Slurium have long believed that an evil spirit haunts the ruins. When a detachment of Imperial Knights vanished in the area around a century ago, the settlers started believing in the same fable. As everyone keeps reminding me, people tend to disappear in that vicinity to this day. It's all rather silly. Of course it's dangerous, the Western Mountains have never been civilized, but I doubt that a curse or anything supernatural is behind it. What are these ruins exactly? The remnant of an ancient pre-Slurium civilization. They stand near an inactive volcano ringed by deep gorges and perilous precipices. As you might guess, that doesn't fill my heart with optimism. Describe your mistress to me. Well, she's young, with long brown hair. He strokes his bushy sideburns, pondering. Listen, you'll know if it's her. Rather, when you meet. There is not, to my knowledge, an abundance of noble ladies frolicking around in that lonely hinterland. That is, if she frolics still and isn't lying dead somewhere. Dragon forbid. Oh, alright, don't fret, I'll go and find her. As I expected, you're simply too afraid of the... Your words finally hitting. Wait, you're going to help me? Why, thank you, sir. Do you have a map with you? You nod and present it to your new employer. The volcano is west of here. The common folk name for the area with the ruins is the Forgotten Canyons. Canyons. Now I implore you to make haste. Wait, what are you doing here in the outskirts? It's no better place for hiring desperate folk. That's the first reason, he shrugs. And once the authorities closed the gate, I found myself stuck. That is the second. I have money to buy my way in, but I'd rather to have some news about the young mistress first. There are a few more questions I wanted to ask. Excuse me, sir, but I believe you already know the germane details of my situation. At least introduce yourself. Ah, right. He clicks his heels and offers a formal bow. My name is Sulanis, sir. About the... no. Nice to meet you, and farewell. Farewell and good luck. Okay.
Gonna see what's out there.
Do you know what? Let's have a look at this map. World map. Mysterious Mound. Lonely Cabin. Forgotten Canyons. That is that there. Okay, cool. Alright. Okay, so... I kind of... Do you know what? I want to go back to Smelter's Row. Look at this ghost and talk to the innkeeper. Then we can go back and talk to Captain Wykent. But I think we will do that next episode. I'll do a quick save. And thank you everybody, thanks. This is FriskyDingo Tactics, playing Swordhaven Iron Conspiracy. If you're enjoying the series, please give me a like and a subscribe, and Leave any feedback in the comments section, guys. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.